You got a smile so bright. You know you could have been a candle. I'm holding you so tight. You know you could have been a handle. The way you swept me off my feet. You know you could have been a broom. The way you smell so sweet. You know you could have been some perfume. Well, you could have been anything that you wanted to, and I can tell the way you do the things you do. The way you do the things you do. The way you do the things you do. As pretty as you are, you know you could have been a flower.
Hi everyone. Oh, that's very long. My goodness. Okay. I can't help myself, so I'm just going to make an observation before I kind of launch into sort of my story. It's amazing that every one of our stories has like a messiness component to it, and I just think that that probably is the best place for me to start. Up until the moment that I had my first child, I did everything right. I was not messy. I went to the right schools. I focused. I went for the right jobs. I did everything that I was supposed to do as a lawyer. And then my son was born. And so began the messiness. And the messiness was something that I was trying to figure out how to be that same perfect, professional, ambitious creature that I was before my son, and somehow also be a mother. That was complicated by the fact that the day I got back from maternity leave, a woman partner walked into my office at 6 o'clock at night and said to me, as I was packing up to go home, because this was my first day back, and I had a new nanny and a new baby, and she said, "Oh, that's funny, where are you going?" And I said, "I'm going back to see my son because I let my," and she said, "Oh, you don't know how this works." And she sat me down, and she closed the door, and she said, "You need to have 2 nannies. You need to have a nanny that shows up at your house at 6 in the morning, leaves at 6, and then you have to hire someone from 6 until midnight." That's when my world imploded. And messiness is not the word. Here was something that I had sort of aligned my entire life to try to create balance. And the model of the law firm in that corporate environment was saying to me, there's no balance, there's choice. And in my worldview, that was sort of a non-starter. So after crying a lot, going to work, coming back, complaining to my husband, crying to him a lot. He picked me up from lunch one afternoon and said, "Come out," and we went out for lunch, and he said, "Order a bottle of wine." I said, "I'm going back to write a brief," and he said, "No, you're not." He said, "There's got to be something else that you can do, and we'll figure it out." He loves his story. He just thinks that it's wonderful. It's all because of you, dear. So I will fast forward a little bit. After bumping into a lot of walls and trying to figure out how I was going to have a child, raise a child, and also sort of manifest my dreams, which was to really become a successful person, a successful mother, and a successful individual. I became a headhunter for a major company in New York, doing legal recruiting for law firms, thinking, okay, well, this has regular hours, and I can leave, and I keep my hand in the practice of law. And it was in the context of doing something, again, that I did not like doing, that I realized that there was a need in the marketplace for real career advice, unbiased, well-trained, informed, empathic advice for lawyers and executives. And that was the piece that I loved. And of course, my boss kept saying to me, this is closing deals. This is not social work. This is not hand-holding. You're a headhunter. You're supposed to take people and move them from here to there. And I said, social work, law. And all I heard was social work, law. And with that in mind, I realized what I really wanted to do was bring the discipline and training of coaching and real informed psychological concepts into the work environment, into the law firms, into the corporate arena, and say, you know what, guys, you spend 90% of your time working, there's got to be a support system for the people that you are trying to train. There's got to be a sustainability model for these people, and the way to do it is the one-on-one, because that's why they're going to the headhunters. They're going to the headhunters for the individual support. So with that in mind, we bought a house and had another baby, and then I told my husband I was leaving my headhunting job, and that didn't go over very well. But I did it, and it was messy again, and went back to grad school and to NYU and became a licensed clinical social worker, and also became trained as an executive coach and launched Lawscope about 5 years ago. And so now I do professional development and individual coaching for law firms, individual lawyers, and corporations.
And she's one of only a handful of women in the country